Hi ladies, I wanted to make a video tonight because there were some questions actually about how we get Mylar here in the US and how we cut it and what forms it come in and all kind of other questions, okay? So you can buy pre-cut Mylar, alright? And this is some that I bought at Joann's, I think, or Michael's, and this is of course not the bag it came in. It came in a bag kind of like this, which I just got from Pink Lady this week. It comes all nice like this, and you can see the tiny little pieces it comes in. Okay, and you get a nice bag of that. And I think for the pink, I think I paid, it was like $1.99, and they do sell it in like 10 different colors, and you get a nice amount. But if you go to our dollar stores here, you can buy these bags, which are called shreds for gift bags, and they come in a lot of different colors. I have the iridescent white, I have silver, I have a fuchsia pink, and then it also comes in something like this, which is just sheets, and I think I had more colors, and I'm hoping I put some of this in a swap and sent it off to Australia, because she just asked me about it, and I thought I had more colors, and I hope to God I put some in her box. But I'm pretty sure I did. But anyways, it comes in sheets like this, and you can wrap it in gift baskets and whatnot. But when you're using this, like that's why I have this little piece already. What I normally do when I'm cutting this, and this is actually this. That's what this is. And this kind of looks puffy. And I'm going to show you start to finish what I do with this. And I'll take this ball as well. But I take a sheet of this. And I'm not going to use all that because this would probably take me an hour and a half to cut up this huge amount. I mean, maybe not, but I just cut a section of it off, like so, okay? And then I'll save this section. I may do both. The first time I cut Mylar, I cut it in such small pieces that this bin here probably took me a good hour to do it finely like that. And I used the shreds, which is simply the same exact thing as this. This has a little bit more of a pinker tint to it. And the same with the silver. You can see the sizes of my silver that's left on my little dish there. Alright, so anyways, what you want to do is get yourself a container. It is better to have a glass container, and I had one that I was using to cut these up in, and for some reason I can't find it. Let me look real quick. No, can't find it. So what you want to do is you want to crumple this up, okay, into a ball. I'm going to actually add this to it as well. And then what I start doing is I'm get my bowl, and I'm just going to start going through, and I'm going to start cutting little tiny pieces. See how it's like flying everywhere? Yeah, that's why I usually use a bigger glass bowl. So I'll go through, and I try to cut like all the little corners off. And you could use bigger scissors if that helps you. Sometimes that works a little better. And you want to hold it tight. Some people actually put this in a baggie and twist it up into a baggie and tie it real tight for a little while so that it maintains this tight shape. If you'd like to do that, go right ahead. Just stick it all in a baggie, twist it real tight to the corner, and hold it tight like that for a while so it tries to like maintain that shape. I don't know. I really could care less. Because it's a weird paper, so it's really not going to hold its shape all that great to me, even if you have it in the baggie. So you want to just keep cutting this, and the smaller the pieces are, the less you're going to have to cut it up once it's in this bowl. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just keep doing this until I fill this bowl up. I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to come back and show you. So now I'm almost done with this little hunk, and I do make a big mess when I'm doing this, so, and then I'll like cut little lines going this way, and then wrap it back up tight, and the smaller you get it, you know, the smaller piece is going to be a little bit of a pain, but just start trimming, and just go for every little edge, and just start cutting, and just watch you don't cut yourself. Especially with these. So I'm going to put this little piece down for a second. Clean up this big mess that I have here. Pick that back up. So once I have it in the bowl, okay, let me just go ahead and chop this down a little bit. I don't even care if it's bigger pieces, because I'm just gonna, it'll get cut down. And I mean, the bigger pieces you have, it's gonna take you more time to cut it. So if you want to take your time and chop it into smaller sections first when you're cutting like little pieces like this off, go ahead, depending on how much time you have and how much Mylar you're cutting. You could do it any way you wanted to. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all my remnants off of here. Hang on, because I have them everywhere. They're actually sticking to me, because this is like a cellophane paper. So if you ever have cellophane, like, come on, us ladies that smoke, we know as soon as you pull that cellophane off that cigarette wrapper, it sticks to you like crazy. Okay. And I alternate between my big scissors and my small scissors when I'm chopping Mylar, because sometimes, like, you do not want to get blisters on your hands, but I will just take my scissors, go into my bowl, and start clipping. And I will just keep clipping and clipping until the Mylar gets flat and is to a tiny, tiny piece. So that's how I do my Mylar. Sometimes I'll hold it and clip. These scissors stink. Sorry, but they do. So I'll just keep doing this until I get it to how I like it, which is very little. So that's how we cut, well, how I cut mine. Alright, that's how I cut that. I'm going to clean this off for a second real quick. Hang on a minute, guys. Let me pause this and clean this. So, no, okay. Cap on that. Let me grab another bowl real quick. And this is going to be a smaller bowl. Can't find the bigger ones right now. Still some blue there. Tried to brush it all in the garbage real quick. Okay, so I don't think I have any of these. No, I do not. I don't even have any open. So with these, often I find it a lot easier. And I just will pull out, and you have to watch with these because you will get a huge, huge amount. So as you see, I just strung them. I'm just folding them over. Alright? Just folding them over. And then I'll take my scissors, shove the rest of them in the bag. It's like Easter grass. You know, if you ladies that can't find these, when Easter time comes around, when Easter grass comes out, go ahead and buy some bags of that, because it's the same exact thing, these shreds, as Easter grass. So when the Easter grass comes out in pink and purple and green and blue, buy that up. And whenever Easter's over and it's on sale, hey, you might be able to get a bag of that for a nickel or something on clearance. So you just grab a handful of it, and you want to start the exact same way. I'm going to cut mine first, and then I just start cutting. And this one, this is a lot easier, I find, to cut than the big sheets of Mylar. This, you get more of a square, littler piece of Mylar than the bigger one. So I'll actually cut my pieces really small, I try. And that way I don't have too much that I have to go back in and recut. So just look at it. If you want a really, really tiny piece, you can cut really tiny pieces. If you want bigger pieces or all different size pieces, just take your time and cut. All these little wild ones that are hanging everywhere, I like to cut those off first. I don't know, maybe it's OCD in me or what. I want to have them like all the same length. I almost look at it like a hair. Whenever I'm looking at it, I'm going to trim hair, I want it all to be the same length. And that's kind of how I look. So I'll go one row, cut it all little and short, go the next, trim it to the exact same length, and keep doing that. Until you get a big bucket, or however much you want. If you only are using a little bit and that's all you need, you know, and you only want to cut for one mix, go right ahead. I'm going to keep cutting this and then I'll come back. Alright, ladies, so I've been cutting. As you see, I have quite a mess here. I've been cutting for, I don't know, 4 minutes or something. Trying to get it. Most of it's like jumping all over my table and not even in my bowl. And that's the sad part of it. But I'm still working on the same handful there, and I'm just cutting. Your hand starts to like hurt after a while, holding the stuff and also cutting it. So I'm just gonna cut a few more pieces. I'm gonna set that down. My hand is killing me from holding that. Okay, get these bigger pieces out of the way. And then I'm going to grab up all these little ones that went everywhere. Try to scrape them in my bowl. Hang on a minute. I can do this without making a mess. It'll be great. That's all I think I'm going to be able to salvage. Sorry. Get those big pieces out of there. I don't want them in there. Alright. Those ones are stuck. So same exact way as the other one. Stick your scissors in and just start clipping. These, I think, are a little easier. You could probably just stick a handful of these in a bowl and just start clipping as well, if you wanted to start that way. I do see some bigger strands in there. I'm going to clip those down a little bit. So you just keep clipping, and in about 5 minutes you'll have them nice and small, and they'll all be tiny. Just watch how much you do, because you will get blisters or make your thumbs or fingers sore from doing this. So don't do too much, you know. What I would do is I would do this, cut it down like this, leave it sit. Tomorrow I'll come back, or later today, and I'll cut it for a minute or two. And that's how I do mine. I'll just keep coming back for a minute or two, because I never cut the whole thing. Oh, maybe because I'm impatient, or I don't know. But I'll cut a little bit, put the lid on it. Tomorrow I'll cut, open it up, take my scissors, cut a few more times. That's how I do it. So that is how I hand cut my Mylar, start to finish. And when I'm done, like the blue's a little puffy, so when I'm done cutting it, I will stick it in a bag. Like this bag was full, and I recently just put it in smaller bags and sent this hand cut off for swaps. But what I'll do is I'll grab that. I normally take this because this is nice and heavy. And when all the Mylar is sitting like in one spot, I'll sit this on there. And I'll let this sit on here for a few days to flatten it out so it's not so puffy. You don't want your Mylar puffy. When you're putting it in acrylic, you don't want it puffy, because then it'll start to stick out and you won't be able to encapsulate it when it's in a mix. So this was underneath something for a good week, and it still has a little puff to it. So that is how you hand cut Mylar. Any other questions, feel free to ask. And thanks so much for watching, ladies. Bye.